And joining us now, Tanya Mohawk with Camp Kamassa. Tanya, thanks for coming on Middays.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Camp Kamassa, what you guys do, and then also what's your role there?
Okay, so, I'm the Director of Development for Camp Kamassa. It is, we are building the state's first and only fully handicap-accessible camp facility. We'll serve children and adults with special needs.
Awesome. So how long has this been around? When did you start this?
Actually, it goes really far back. I guess really it would start in 1977.
Okay.
The foundation was formed in 2008. We actually found land in 2013, paid it off in 2017, and started construction of the facility in 2018. And we're about halfway complete with construction right now.
In the Crystal Springs area, correct?
We are. So we're located in Campi County. Mm-hmm. We're about 30 minutes south of Jackson, just west of Crystal Springs, on 426 acres. Camp Kamassa is the only facility of its kind in the state of Mississippi, so we will serve all 82 Mississippi counties and beyond.
So who qualifies?
Anyone, a child or adult with special needs. Actually, so right now, the primary groups that we'll serve are existing groups that hold camp weeks for kids with special needs in the state of Mississippi. Like, for example, muscular dystrophy serves kids with muscular dystrophy, the Burn Foundation, kids who've been burned. So they're existing camps, and so we will be a host for those existing camps. Right now, they're kind of like nomads. They drift around from place to place, facility to facility. So we will be their host site for camp, and they already have their doctors, nurses, counselors. They'll pick that up and just move it to Camp Kamassa, those groups that choose to do that. And then we, as an organization, Mississippi's Toughest Kids, that's the umbrella organization, we will form new camps to serve kids that don't fall into those existing categories so that we can serve all kids and adults with special needs. So we'll be open year-round.
And when you describe it as a camp, I mean, you mean that literally. So
right.
Explain exactly what the facility provides.
All right. So it will be a camp facility. So we won't just be a camp that, for a week-long camp. We will be open year-round. It's an actual facility. We have 14 cabins that are already almost completed. We'll have a recreation pavilion, an activity center, archery range, ball field, zip line, ropes course. Everything is fully handicap accessible. And the building that really sets this apart from any other camp facility in the state of Mississippi is our infirmary. So it's like a small medical clinic, and it's where kids will be able to receive medical treatments while they're at camp. So that they won't have to leave and go to the hospital and come back. They can have their treatments there. So other states do this. We just took the best ideas from all other states and rolled it up into one. So really, we believe that this is going to be probably the best one in the nation. We're a little partial, but
is there a minimum age requirement, an age range that's certain?
There is not. So the summers will be devoted to those kids that are bound by the school year, but the rest of the year will be open for adults. Like we hope to serve adult daycares, nursing homes, veterans homes. We can do weekend retreats. We'll be open year round. If the camp facility is not being utilized by a special needs group, then we can rent it out to an organization or a business or corporation just for the additional source of revenue, because the goal is that the campers will not have to pay when they attend camp.
Yeah. What's the source of your funding?
Well, right now for construction, I have an interesting story. I think it reminds me of what you were just talking about a few minutes ago in your intro. So this is a $28 million facility. And of course, we're in Mississippi, so we're not exactly in the wealthiest state. But so in 2013, we got our land. 2017, paid it off, and then we were wondering how in the world are we going to build this $28 million facility? And someone had told us that reach out to the CBs in Gulfport. We think they could build you a lake. So that's kind of where we started with construction. We reached out to them. And we said, can you build our lake? And they said, well, what are you doing exactly? So we sent them our preliminary plans for, the dream, what we want to do. And they said, oh, there's a program. It's a Department of Defense program. It's called Innovative Readiness Training. And basically military civil engineering units from all over the country, from all branches of the military can come to Mississippi and build your camp for you. That sounded very foreign, but we said we're in. So we completed the application process, which was it was tough, but we made it through it, and they approved us. So in 2018, if you're in the military, typically you have 2 weeks during the summer that you have to do annual training.
Right.
So what that looks like is for about 6 months at a time, every 2 weeks we get a new group of military personnel, mostly civil engineers. It may be 300 people from our National Guardsmen from Kentucky, or maybe 100 Marines from Louisiana, so we've had people from almost every state come to Mississippi to assist us with construction through this DoD program. And that partnership has saved us about $5 million in construction costs. So they provide labor, and then we provide all of the materials and all of the specialty labor.
Is the facility open to just kids and residents of Mississippi?
No. So primarily we will, of course, serve Mississippi because that's where our need is. But we will not, Louisiana actually doesn't have a facility like this. So we feel like we'll have a lot of people from Louisiana come over.
Yeah.
Tennessee doesn't have one quite like this. Alabama does. Texas does. Some of the other states have great facilities, but this is just a deficit.
Yeah. Why is it important?
Why is it important? Because there's such a significant need. Because I'm sure if you know anybody with special needs, Mississippi has almost nothing for our kids and adults with special needs. So this is something very magical. It's something nothing like Mississippi has ever had before. And it's something that other states do that we know how to do it now.
What kind of feedback do you get from family, parents, of the children that attend the camp, participate?
Oh, they're so excited. We get phone calls not only from the parents and of the children, but from these groups that are just ready. And their question is always, "Are you ready? Are you open yet?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "No, not quite. We need another year or so. Give us a little more time."
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you, based on what you were saying, or it reminded me of what you were saying earlier about how people view Mississippi.
Yeah.
All of these military personnel, like I said, they're from all over, and a lot of them are assigned to come to Mississippi for their 2-week, annual training period, and they don't really want to come. They've heard all the bad things. We've heard some of the stories. Even their commanders have told them about, when you get there, this is what you need to expect. But when they get here, they see something totally different. We try to really shower them with Southern hospitality. We show them something about Mississippi that they've never seen before. And then so they come in and they get to help build something that is going to transform our state for generations to come. So they come here, they build something, they learn about us, who we really are, what we're really like, and then they leave knowing that they've left their heart at Camp Kamassa. And so there are signs all over Camp Kamassa where these people have come. They give us coins. They leave their mark.
Yeah.
I'll say each group kind of leaves their mark.
That's awesome. I wonder how many of the campers meet others that they didn't know before they went to camp. They develop lifelong relationships with them, and so do their families.
Absolutely. So, camping provides something for kids that a lot of activities don't. For one, we have groups, say kids with cancer, maybe they are missing a limb, maybe they don't have hair. And so, when they're out among the public, or that they're at the regular school, a lot of times they get made fun of or picked at, or they feel like the outsider. But when you go to camp, then you're with kids who are like you.
Yeah.
You feel accepted. Nobody's going to look at you or say anything to you. You're just truly accepted. And so Camp Kamassa is going to be that place where kids just belong.
Yeah.
They just belong.
And those that oversee the camp, are they volunteers? Are they paid by the camp itself? How does that work?
So right now we're still in construction. So what that will look like when we're operational, we'll have about 13 to 15 full-time employees.
Okay.
Because it's on 426 acres. We're basically building a city right now for special needs kids and adults.
Wow.
But we will have a lot of volunteers. Actually, right now we have a lot of volunteer opportunities.
Okay. quickly, if someone wants to help either with their time or with their treasure, how do they do that?
Okay, go to our website. It is campkamassa.com. You can help. We have a specialty tag. Follow us on social media. We need donations, of course. We have volunteer opportunities. Call our office. We can get you down to volunteer. And if you want to see it, please come down. We'd love to take you out for a tour.
In Copiah County, Crystal Springs area.
Absolutely.
Tanya Mohawk with Camp Kamassa has been our guest here on Midday. Sounds like a great effort, great cause. Thanks for coming on, Tanya.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
We're stepping aside for a break right here from the Element Wealth Studios.